friends, who's ready for a drugstore video today? I'm going to be sharing 10 drugstore products that really pleasantly surprised me. They just ended up working great for me, and for one reason or another, as I'm going to explain, I may not have seen that coming at all, okay? So my idea for this video is that it's going to be kind of like rapid fire going down the list, and then I will have some cutaways to the demos of me putting this stuff on for you. So the first thing, and this was a recommendation from one of you, I had talked about my Hawaiian Tropic face sunscreen that claimed to have a little bit of a tint. It's a very, very barely there light tint, but someone said you should try the CeraVe SPF 30 because it has a tint and it really like shows. And I didn't even know CeraVe had a tinted moisturizer sunscreen, but it truly is so beautiful. It's very moisturizing and it looks gorgeous on the skin once you blend it in. I wouldn't call it a high coverage product. It's definitely light coverage, but the tint on it shows more for sure than the Hawaiian Tropic one I have, which I still like and I'll still use. You know, we burn through sunscreens in the summer. But this says blend seamlessly into skin with a lightweight, non-greasy feel, suitable for sensitive skin. It's a mineral sunscreen. And if you look at the color here, you can kind of see that beigey tint. And I feel like it would definitely adapt or like blend into various skin tones because it is so light coverage. But I just blended it in with my e.l.f. double-ended brush and I thought the end result was so beautiful, like kind of a glowing, luminous look on the skin. That is my coverage product outside of a little concealer, and I just feel like the surface of the skin looks great with this on, and it does add some moisture. So I already had like my Bobbi Brown face base and my different serums and stuff that I put on, but this definitely, if you were like barefaced going out to the pool, you wanted a little something on that would also provide a good amount of moisture, this would be a great option. Definitely can hold its own on the moisturizer front if you didn't want to apply some of those other products first. But yeah, I dig this stuff. I had no idea it was a thing, and when you see something that says sheer tint or whatever, we talk about this all the time on the channel. It could be any number of different outcomes that you get with it, but this really pleasantly surprised me. I know CeraVe is a good brand, or CeraVe, however you want to say it, but this tinted SPF is awesome. Next thing I want to recommend is a brush. It's this little brush from e.l.f. and it's, I want to say $2 or $3. Their fully black brushes are a little more expensive, and then there are these, and this one says e.l.f. powder, and this is quite the little multitasker, I've got to say. Now, I don't know why they had to take their small tapered brush and discontinue it. Like a fabulous brush, perfect cut, great for like the way I like to do setting powder. Why would they get rid of that? I'm kind of on the hunt from something from the drugstore that can sort of do what that does. And I had gotten this recently when I was thinking about my products under $5 at Walmart video. And this can actually do a pretty good job of doing a little setting powder on the under eye area. Today I used it to like do a little bronzer and contour. It's a really good shape for getting right in there under the cheekbone. And it can apply blush as well. It really can handle a lot of different powder steps on the skin. So I just wanted to share that. Obviously, it's not like a big jumbo brush. If you like to apply bronzer with a giant powder brush, that's not what this is going to feel like. But if you like more the chiseling, contouring type of thing, or blush, you know, I feel like it works perfectly for that. You could pinch it a little bit and get your highlight on there. I'm kind of thinking that if I had to throw in one brush for any reason, and I just wanted that one brush to do tons of different face steps, this could be it. If I dabbed this on the under eye area, could it set with some powder? It could absolutely get the job done there and be roughly the size of the small tapered brush. It's got a little more like, just because of its shape, it's got a little more give to the bristles, but still stiff enough to really be able to press in some powder. So I wanted to recommend that to you. And for as familiar as I am with e.l.f. and their whole brand, this brush kind of surprised me. I didn't really know it was out there. Another surprise from e.l.f. that, let's just say, I thought I'd like it, but I didn't know I would love it this much. They have their new luminous putty blushes, and this lightest shade, I got the 3 shades that they're selling on Ulta, and 2 of them, they're really pretty and they're much more vibrant, and I thought those would be the ones I'd be most drawn to. But this shade called Maui is like a bit softer pink. It's a little more understated, but the shimmer on this is gorgeous. As you see it going on in the demo, like it's hard to put your finger on it. It just gives the most beautiful glow that almost makes me feel like I've applied Beauty Bakery cotton candy champagne types of shades in a cream form. And I really do love the texture of these putty blushes. Blending is so simple, and the luminosity from this, without without looking chunky and glittery. It's just so pretty, and I was surprised by this shade because I thought this might be the one that just sort of disappeared into the skin and didn't do much, but not only does it give me a blush look, but it has that gorgeous glow. I'm really pleased that they kept with that nice putty blush texture, and even though they made it luminous, that didn't change too much. It's not sticky at all, and I think that's also kind of the fascinating thing. It gives you that glowing skin look, but these blushes never feel tacky. They just mesh right in with the texture you've already got going on your skin. So love that. I think that's gorgeous. Another blush that surprised me, and I know I mentioned this before, but seriously shocked at how good this Revlon blush is. And yes, they have filed for bankruptcy. I don't know exactly what that's going to mean for the brand as a whole going forward, but this blush in Hot Cheeks, I'm just saying, it's really great. Now, I can't speak for every single blush in the line, but this is so pigmented. When I stick my brush into this, it really picks up a lot of color, and I am wearing a little bit of this on top of my e.l.f. Luminous blush just because I wanted to show you the color in case you hadn't seen my other video where I mentioned this. But this has kind of a satiny finish. It's so pretty and rosy, and I had no idea. Like, here I am talking like I know a lot about blush, but I never picked up the Revlon blushes, at least not since maybe college or something, and the formula is so nice and soft, pigmented. What you see is what you get type of color. Love that. Now, it's always fun to run into a highlighter in unexpected places, and when I was trying some different Maybelline singles, there were some that I kind of expected to like, and I did like them. For example, my colors in Nude Glow and Tastefully Taupe, you know, just kind of mid-tone neutrals that can make a pretty one shadow look. Yeah, I like those. I thought I'd like those. But this shade called Soft Pearl is such a pretty highlight. Like, it glows. It kind of bounces off the skin. I applied it with my Real Techniques setting brush, and I love that there is no chunky glitter in it. It just literally glows off the surface of the skin. It's a beautiful light highlight, and it looks also really pretty. If you've done your eye look and you just want to kind of spotlight the innermost corner, it's great for that. Sometimes with these more old school drugstore shades, they just sort of dust away with their light pigment, you know, they don't really cling and adhere, but this turns out to be a really nice formula, and I've got it around my inner corner now. It's just glowing and bright, and again, a beautiful highlight on top of the cheekbones. Who knew? I've got another e.l.f. brush here to mention, the eye crease brush. This one has also really grown on me. This is a very nice small size. I know not everyone is getting their hands or able to find the Profusion brushes that I often use, but this e.l.f. brush called the eye crease brush, I believe this one was truly only $1. One of the few existing e.l.f. products that's still $1, but it's great in your outer corner. So if you can find a little bit of a medium to deepish color, today I'm using that Flower Quad, the Petal Play Quad in Black Iris. But if you can use this little brush to apply some product there in the outer corner, and then use a blending brush to soften it up a bit more, it's so good for that. The more I pick it up, the more I'm like, yeah, this is a really good size for this outer corner area. If you're trying to create a little lift, you know, you could use it all throughout the crease as well, but I just feel like there aren't that many brushes of this size on the market, nice and small. It's not quite as pointed as the Profusion small pointed brush. I probably wouldn't go under the eye with this one, but crease, outer corner stuff, perfect for that. Also, here we have a mascara that surprised me so much, because people with the best of intentions can recommend a mascara to me, but I don't always like the same ones. Like, I have lashes that are very hard to deal with mascara wise. You know, they're not super full and lush, and they also like to point down. So they actively work against mascaras. So when I turned out to love this CoverGirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen mascara that was recommended to me, like, I was really surprised by my experience with this, and it keeps getting better. As the mascara gets a little older, I think it thickens up even just a little bit more, and it builds so nicely and so quickly on my lashes, and I'm just so happy with the look. And then I sometimes, here's what I do to get the curl throughout the day. Once this is completely dried, I will just give one little light curl with my lash curler, and then I feel like I've got really nice curl throughout the entire day. But what I love about this, it's thickening and lengthening. The brush, when you take this out of the tube, It's really got some product on it, and yet somehow it's not too heavy, and it's not too prone to clumping, and it's not weighing my lashes down. Okay, so it's just a really great product. It gives me the kind of satisfaction that It Cosmetics Superhero does, so I'm enjoying that so much. But I kind of thought when I tried it on someone's recommendation, I thought, I know nobody's gonna steer me wrong here in the comments section, but dang, I'll be a little surprised if this works, and it totally works. Okay. What's the deal with this stuff? I just randomly tried this from Ulta not that long ago. The Dr. Pawpaw Tinted Ultimate Red Balm. It says multi-purpose soothing balm with natural pawpaw. For lips, cheeks, and cosmetic finishing with a hint of tint. It's fragrance-free, it's cruelty-free, and it's vegan. And they're also giving you 0.84 fluid ounces, almost double what you're gonna get in like a little lip balm tube like this. And this is definitely in the drugstore price range, but this color, the tint on this is so pretty, and I feel like I've found a dupe for the Glossier Balm.com in Cherry. Now the thing is, it doesn't smell like Kool-Aid, so a little bit of a drawback there for some, maybe not for others, but this beautiful red tinted balm. And the other day I was just kind of playing around, it was late in the day. You know, this is a very moisturizing kind of thick texture, and it may not always be what I want to put on the top of the skin as blush, but I was just playing around and I popped it on, and it looks really, really fresh as blush actually. But really nice is just a tinted cherry colored reddish lip balm, and I couldn't get over the fact that it's this big old tube. I know this is a product that's been around for a long time. I don't know that it's been on Ulta forever, but I think they had some other colors of this too. I would love to know if you are devoted to this product and you love it, but as soon as I put it on, I thought that's Balm.com Cherry. It's the texture, it's the color. The only thing it's really missing, like I said, is the scent. So really neat stuff, and it's so moisturizing. It's awesome. We've now hit the point in the video where you guys are going to say, okay, we've lost Em now. She's too far gone. But you guys, this is crazy. My girls got these little lip smackers a month or so ago. They're really cute. They're like a lip gloss actually, and it's swirled in there. And there was a 2-pack. Belle's got a unicorn one and Biddy got this panda one, and it's like sort of corally colored swirl with white. It says Positively Peachy on the bottom. I don't know what the actual name of this product is, but it smells incredible, and it looks so nice on the lips. It kind of like gives this very softly peachy pearly type look, and it's so funny. I talked about this on Instagram at one point. I have this Givenchy like swirled stuff, and you know, here's this now from the drugstore. But guys, the texture on this, so good. So many lip glosses out there could take a lesson from the texture of this. It's thick. It's like a liquid lip balm. It's super duper comfortable, but it has this richness to it that I was not expecting at all. You know, I just thought this was a product that the girls were kind of goofing around with, and then one day, you know, they leave them sitting up here so they can come up here and like put something on. And they came in a 2-pack, and this one's more like kind of icy looking. It's the same great texture too, but this one has a little more peachy look that I like a little better. But it's like, really? Is this really good? Yes, this is honestly a great feeling lip product. I would not steer you wrong on that. I better take this out of my little bag now and put it back where it belongs. And lastly, my friends, total surprise on these. Now, we know everyone loves the Milani lipsticks that are packaged like this, except instead of having black right here, they have gold. And those are those matte lipsticks that have been like viral sensations. But the stuff that's packaged like this, the same kind of exterior, but with a black band right here, these are like the shiny formula of that stuff. They've got like this type of a shape. We see them and we think, is this some kind of Revlon lip butter coming back to us? These are really, really thin. And I had gotten a bunch of these in PR quite a while ago, and I remembered swatching them and I thought, ooh, they just feel greasy. Like, what a shame. They look like really pretty colors. And then more recently, like I was kind of going through some stuff and I couldn't look past how pretty some of these shades were. And I thought, you know, let's play with this a little bit. And I tried a bunch on, and what I realized was, yes, these have a super thin texture, borderline a little bit greasy feeling when they go on. But as they sit on your lips, they don't feel quite so greasy, and also they completely stain. So these vibrant shades at least really leave behind some color. I have this one called Seduce, and it's a beautiful red that looks so pretty, like just blotted off a little bit. You know, you can take away a little bit of that shine. It's just stunning. stunning. And there are other bright reds and corals like that in this line that are so, so pretty. But I was surprised at the staying power, like kind of what hangs on your lips after some of that shine and light moisture wears away. And then the one I've been wearing throughout this video, this is kind of like a classic M shade, this one called Nylon. I'd call that like soft dusty rose. This is really, really pretty. But now that I've had it on for like a half hour or so, that shine, that moisture doesn't feel quite as greasy. It feels a bit more one with my lips. And I know from experimenting with these that once some of that shine wears off, I will still have some color left behind. I'm not sure if that holds true for every shade in the line, but at least some of these more vibrant ones that I've been trying lately. So friends, that's my take on these drugstore products that really surprised me, pleasantly surprised me. It's so much fun to run into stuff like that. I feel like we try to go into everything with an open mind, but sometimes, you know, we have those little judgments that we will make on whether or not we truly think something's going to work for us. And, you know, I'll try a lot of things regardless of that little feeling. And today I'm reaping the benefits because this stuff was just so good. So thank you for your time today, everyone. I will talk to you again very soon, and I love you. Bye.